Now, when you say penis haver, are you saying that we own the penis, or that the penis owns us? Because that's
the ongoing debate,
the kind of
isn't
talk
it?
that we do at the dinner table on Sundays at my house.
Yeah, that's the Sunday talk.
It's a big family discussion. A lot of God, I can't. This is unusual. Welcome to Blab Rats, the show where we play recordings of broadcasters who were the subject of government experiments. We're coming at you live from Skittle Up, Skittle Down Alley's the only bowling alley in town with a podcast studio right out in the open here, right by the bar. And we're doing a fundraiser today and tomorrow for Duber. He has turtle skin reject syndrome.
It's been unusually cold lately. It's been an unusual cold snap this year. And so the skin is tighter than it was supposed to be.
No, it didn't have that elasticity yet.
And as a result, people are worried about global warming, but Duber desperately needs the world to get warmer so that...
He's worried about scrotal warming. So please pray for better weather soon. Puxatawny Phil fucked us again this year. And I just want to say, I'm sick of worshiping the cult of a ground rodent. There's an article out there speculating that maybe he's working with Russians, doing Russian cyber stuff, maybe doing a cyber crime, and a clickbait Facebook Russian. He funded the Russian troll farm.
I mean, that's an underground operation, and he's clearly an underground guy. I don't trust anybody. Where does he go under there? Is he tunneling all the way to Russia? I don't know.
We don't know what they do in there. That's what scares me about the ground and underground rodent scene.
Does he have spring down there? Is he hogging all the spring and just keeping it down there?
Yeah, what the fuck? What season is it underground?
What season is it underground?
What time is it on the moon?
Yeah, what season is it underground? What time is it on the moon?
What season is underground on top?
Yeah. It's always the winter of my discontent underground, I'll tell you that much.
Couldn't have said it better myself, quote unquote Shakespeare.
Yeah, that is the bard himself.
The bard owl. Bird to the bowls, how is your game?
And I don't have the hunger to turkey hunt no more. I'm thinking I might turn into a trick guy. I've seen this on the TikToks and the Instagrams.
Oh, yeah?
You got these guys, and they just do trick bowling. So you got like, on one lane, you got the...
Yeah, we're bringing billiard tricks to the bowling alley.
Yeah, it's like this huge thing. So I think I could be the number one stunner of that, and combine my quest to be the number one stunner with my new maybe reigniting the flame for my love of bowling. Because now that I've turkeyed, I'm tryptophaned out. I'm snoozing on it.
I mean, of course you're snoozing on it. All that tryptophan in your system.
Yeah.
Hey, when did you go to the bathroom last?
A couple hours ago, probably.
Did you use the men's room, the women's room, or the family room?
I'd use the kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink. Ballsy move.
I figure it's constantly getting filled with soapy water, like it's maybe the cleanest place you could pee, right?
You always want to pee in a place that's as clean as possible.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, you could get infected with pee blowback and disorder.
I care less about infecting other people with my pee than I do about them infecting me in my penis.
Yeah.
If it's them or me, it's them.
It's always them.
That's kind of how peeing works. For penis havers, at least. It's like a very, get out of here with that. We're not trying to keep this around,
Now, when you say penis haver, are you saying that we own the penis, or that the penis owns us? Because that's our Sunday talk at church. We talk genitalia at the church I go to.
Oh, you're one of those churches that doesn't shy away from that topic.
No, we what's the opposite of shy away? We
open mouth embrace.
Open mouth, closed eyes, open mouth.
Yeah, closed eyes, open mouth.
Can't lose.
Eyes closed, open mouth, can't lose.
Yeah.
Eyes closed, open mouth, can't lose. I don't want your life. Anyway, so that's the kind of that's Varsity Blues, Sunday Talk.
Yep.
The big house with the God upstairs, football. All these things have one thing in common, and that's men.
We're all dudes.
And this is the kind of talk we're hearing on today's experiment. Are men being experimented? Are men being experimented on from within by their own genitalias? If they've got those kinds, some don't, and that's cool too. Is the poison of masculinity taking over the world? Have we reached a tipping point?
Are these some of the questions that are in the production notes on this here tape we're about to play there?
One could only guess, but probably not.
Did we even introduce ourselves?
We did the thing. You said that this is the show and then what we do on it.
I didn't say I'm host, this is my man producer.
You just did, and I edited it into the front. Hey.
Bitch. Yeah, y'all don't even know, suck it.
Yeah, you guys are idiots at home. Look out. I'll snap you.
Producer, let's roll our tapes. There are good rats. There are bad rats. But we Blab Rats.
All right. Should we get into it?
Yeah.
You ever see a woman play harmonica? That's why we got our harmonica theme song. You can't spell harmonica without M-A-N. Maybe not in that order, but they're in the word. There's two kinds of men in the world. Alpha hot dogs and jealous hamburgers. Which are you? Welcome to Alpha Hot Dogs. I'm Horace Bourbonshaft, host of Alpha Hot Dog and premier Alpha Hot Dog of the greater hot dog region of the planet of the hot dogs. That's Earth. Now, if you are a jealous hot dog, you can be reformed, and as proof of that, my guest can speak to that himself. Used to be former jealous hamburger, converted to the Alpha Hot Dog lifestyle. Welcome, Judge Hammer. Welcome back.
What up, dude? Hey, glad to be back. Glad to help spread the good word, wake up all the sleeping giants out there, letting them know, bro, it's time to wake up and do stuff.
It is.
Getting up early, eating gristle.
Yeah, like we do.
Living a cetaceous lifestyle.
Like we do.
Cetacean
we'll be getting into that all later. Hey, Judge, what is this? Your seventh time on the show now?
Yeah, 7 timers club, bro. Sign me up. Where's my robe?
Wow, your robe is actually getting monogrammed, and will be arriving at the end of the show.
Oh,
now, last I checked, you are allergic to velvet.
Correct.
So we got you some velour. I hope that's okay.
Reminds me of my stepdad.
A spicy purple.
I was picturing purple. Honest to God.
Well, the color of royalty, the color of kings, queens, and popes alike. And you know what kings, queens, and popes have in common?
What's that?
They all got power, but guess what? Only 2 of them got dicks.
That's right. The ultimate power.
And so that is a classic double alpha hot dog, single jealous hamburger situation. And that's the kind of situation we're going to turn you guys on to, what to look out for, what to talk about in certain scenarios. If anyone questions your masculinity, you should alpha hot dog them. And why don't you tell them a little bit about the alpha hot dog?
Like I said, I was coming in hot. I got a lot to say today. Yeah, if you're out here just being a little ground meat dildo, I'll say it.
Ouch.
You gotta dog up. Get the glizzy popping and be that alpha hot dog you need to be. You get in the face of anybody that's trying to stand in your way. if your first response to someone being in your way, let's say, and whether it's you're cutting people off in traffic or you're disobeying cultural norms when walking to the sidewalk, if your first instinct isn't to dog their face alpha style and start woofing, woof, 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 I mean, I don't know what we're talking about. You're on the wrong podcast network.
And we don't want you to
This is Bacon Nation.
bark like a dog. We want you to bark like a hot dog.
Yeah, you're a steaming hot dog.
Thirsty hot dog.
Charbroiled. In need of some condiment moisture. Relish, onions, a poppy bun, Chicago style. Put a big wedge of tomato and a friggin' pickle on top.
Save the ketchup for your fries, hon.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
And your jealous hamburger.
And your jealous hamburger buns.
Look, first things first, alpha hot dog's got to be the longest dog in the bun.
Yep. Dog has got to be longer than the bun.
Hanging off
The side. I mean, it should the bun should barely hold any of the actual substance of the hot dog. If you got just like a bun-sized dog or even a ballpark cut, you're freaking jealous hamburger from here to freaking Timbuk, Loserville, too.
Now listen, hey, what was that theme song you had playing coming in there?
That was the Buff and Lit by the Electrolyte Orchestra, our new theme song. I love it. I mean, it fits, it works. It's got the spice.
And they're an homage to you and your catchphrase.
Yes,
That's tight. Like me.
because I gotta say both Buff and Lit all the time. You know, that's me, Horace Bourbon Shaft, here with you and my number one 7-time guest, Judge Hammer.
Yeah, and I'm tight always.
If you like that theme song, check out Electrolyte Orchestra on iTunes and Wedge Camp, as well as, are they on Spotify?
If they're not, yeah, they're on Standcamp, they're on Spotify, and they're on Apple Music.
Glump Sound, always. You can always find them at Glump Sound for sure. And
what's that other one?
It's actually, and I to be honest, it's actually me and my cousin and my co-host.
Oh, you're the Electrolyte Orchestra.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are great. And no wonder you're so buff and lit.
Yeah, so beyond general
niceties and whatever.
I don't like to call it housekeeping, man cave keeping. The general man cave keeping, shopkeeping. We call it shopkeeping. So, hey, Judge, are you keeping it tight?
Oh, dude, I'm tight always. You know that. That's my, your body, you got your motto and I got my motto. I'm tight always.
And I'm both buff and lit all the time.
Both.
Lit.
Important that it's both.
Both buff.
Yeah, always tight, buff and lit. And that's why we are such a good pair, man. I mean, people always clamor for these episodes. I know these do good numbers. Before we came on, we were talking, speaking of housekeeping, we were also talking about hammers. You said you had a sick, shopkeeping. You see you had a sick new ham.
Yeah, I got a new hammer. It's a Hitachi Auto Hammer 2500. This thing bangs. I mean, wow. Hammer.
Ounces?
You just press go. It's 26 ounces.
Ooh, careful.
And then, it holds 40 fluid.
Is it torqued?
It's fully torqued. Comes fully torqued.
Oh.
Comes fully torqued. And the reason I got it, I know I should be able to hammer as an alpha hot dog. That's what you're saying to yourself. Why are you getting this to to hammer when you're an Alpha Hot Dog. You know, I used to be a former contractor and a roofer.
Yep.
So you know I can swing a hammer. But what this thing does, I use it for my gristle. For the gristle diet I'm on, this thing preps my gristle. It's a total gristle tenderizer. That's how, I mean, they don't advertise it as that, but that is what it is made for. I can assure you, I have talked to people at the organization, and they have assured me of the same thing. And this is amazing for gristle, and it's a real Chum hammer, and it does Chum just as well as it does the gristle, honestly. And you just need, you have to turn it off to stir, I guess, from time to time with the Chum. Perfect for gristle.
You need a real fine Chum. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a little finer, yeah.
I remember at the gym, they said you were a real Chum dumpster.
Yeah, it's an all Chum and gristle diet, and look at the results.
Yeah, I mean, you are lumpy. You're lumpy and jacked and bumps. There's bumps, there's lumps, there's humps.
Yeah, if it's good enough for sharks, it's good enough for me. They're all muscle.
They are all muscle, and they're all alpha.
You ever met a beta shark?
No such thing. Except for the beta shark.
Yeah.
Of course, but besides the beta sharks, there's no like... They're all alphas, and that's just an unfortunate name. They're alpha in spirit. There's just some beta scientists named them that.
That's why they don't have the internet. They don't need it. They're all alphas. They all know it.
They don't need names. They don't have names. They're alphas.
And like I've said before, I've said this 1,000 times, the internet was invented to determine alphas versus betas.
Do you think that if you had your hammer, you could fend off what shark rating does this hammer have? How big of a shark can this hammer handle?
This could go Mako. This could go Thrasher. We could do a little black tip shark. We could do,
black tip reef shark.
Destroy a nurse.
Well, I was going to say, a nurse is not that. It's crazy.
Nurse, sand,
First
they're
thought
dead.
Was
they're dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the question is this above water, underwater? Can I touch? Because, I'm not a strong swimmer.
Oh, you mean can you touch? No, you can't touch. This is a shark. These sharks are...
But the hammer underwater might not, that's going to be tough. I'll have to drag him up to the surface and then activate the hammer down function and turn him into fucking Chum. Turn the shark into Chum.
You think that's tough? I got a 10-pound hammer. And that thing is the opposite. It's all manual. It's opposite what you're talking about. And then I got my 45, which I call my hammer. And whenever I'm using my 10-pound hammer, I got that in one hand. And then I take my gun out, my 45 in the other hand, because I'm...
So that's 55, huh?
If you had 10, the 45 isn't pounds, it's calibers.
Oh, so how much is caliber to pounds?
It's kind of like a bullet pound, but 8.
Okay, gotcha. You learn something new every Alpha Hot Dog day.
Yeah, we're talking math. We're talking physics, and
football.
Of course, football. Running at dudes.
Golf.
Hanging with dudes in the outdoors.
Playing lacrosse.
More hanging with dudes outdoors.
Camping.
With the dudes.
Frisbee. Just the dudes.
Guy style, yeah.
Ultimate frisbee golf, and flag football. Tackle football.
Oh, dudes.
I almost got you being a jealous hamburger there.
That was a bad instinct.
You thought that was a test.
That was the cuck educational system trying to program you. They want you to...
I officially have to take the poppy seeds off your Alpha Hot Dog bun. Okay?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Next we'll go condiments, and if you lose your bun, you're back to a jealous hamburger.
Oh yeah, you're gonna put me in the meat grinder?
That Back to Jealous Hamburger, okay?
Just my hot dog.
It's not,
okay,
no,
yeah.
I'm not doing any of it. These are your choices. If you're not gonna work the system, then the system's not gonna work for you. Anyway, back to the
Speaking of not working the system, yeah, these Jealous Hamburgers are jealous of our gristle game.
buns.
Gristle game and our buns, but our gristle game. And people, so what people don't understand is that 99% of all nutrients in the animal is in the gristle,
Yep.
is in the bone tips,
Yep.
is in the
Bone ends.
really the bone ends and like the really hard fat pieces.
Yeah.
Cartilage and bone ends and gristle. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what we call it, gristle.
Yeah, I mean, that's sure. Yes, people say to me, couldn't it have a better name? And I say, yes, but why betray the past for something good for your future?
I also push back a little bit.
Go on.
I think it sounds like a great missile.
Oh.
Gristle.
A gristle.
Yeah.
A gristle.
And if you think about that, it's
A
pretty
gristle
cool.
toe.
Well, that's getting a little more jealous, hamburgery, but
You calling me out? It doesn't matter. Test.
I'm saying an alpha hot dog doesn't ask for plant permission. That's all I'm saying. He gives the plants permission to be around him. So, but yeah, I passed the test. You're always throwing this test down on me, and I knew it was a test. That's why I came back at you so hard, because I knew you wanted me to.
Ace plus.
But yeah, definitely the healthiest thing you could eat out there on this diet. You go.
Yep.
Get your gristle on. Anything that takes that long to chew and digest is obviously going to make you stronger. You are what you eat. If you eat stuff that takes that long and hard to eat, and then that's the thing. And then you eat the chum, and that's the other part of our diet.
Anything that the gristle doesn't do, the chum.
It's the surf and
does.
turf diet. Yeah.
Yes.
Surf. We did the turf. Now we do the surf. Chum it.
Water, land, and you know a lot of our gristle comes from air animals, and so we get water, land, and air. No coincidence. Army, Navy, Air Force. Okay, those are
all
the
the
principles.
hardest.
You are what you eat, and that's why we gristle down.
And you chase that gristle with a chum shot, and it goes down smooth. You could spit or you could swallow it, but I would swallow it because otherwise you won't get many nutrients from it.
Yeah, I mean, some does get absorbed through the under
A little
tongue,
bit.
the under tongue vessels, but
Yeah, those are the bigger veins in your mouth. Yeah, for sure.
But beyond that, the full benefits for the chum effects
Anything vascular.
only happen through ingestion, which is just a fancy word for swallow chum.
And so for those who don't know, too, chum, bro, is just,
You seen Jaws?
you know, everyone's getting sushi. Everyone's going to the restaurants and getting their cuts of fish. Oh, I eat all protein. I'm like The Rock. I eat 8 fish a day. He's eating sissy fish. He's eating the sissy fish cuts and the fillets.
I eat
and-
everything but fish bones. How many times have you heard that? The bones are good for you, fucking idiots.
The Rock's not eating the fish eyeballs in face and mouth. The Rock's not eating gill. The Rock is not eating...
Jealous hamburger, over and over and over, ever since Paul died.
He's the biggest hamburger there is. He's getting called out by Vin Diesel. He is...
CD, what up? Shout out Vin Diesel. Hey, go see his new flick.
He never has any kind of...
Riddick 7.
Yeah, he never has any... that's the one where he can see finally.
That's the one where he just becomes L. Ron Hubbard.
That's the other thing. He's never got significant others. You know, he can't get a lady. He's no alpha hot dog if he can't get a lady.
Nope.
He's saving the world again and again in these movies, and he can't get a lady. This is the Captain Hamburger. This guy's the Big Mac. This guy's the king of hamburgers.
The guy spends more time in the mirror than a mirror maker.
Yeah, and he says he's in the gym. Yeah, in the gym doing
Mirrors, doing mirror looks.
Just doing Photoshop.
Practicing eyebrows.
And shooting up all sorts of GHB, you know?
Getting hot babes.
That's the other thing, because hamburgers are definitely pumped up with roids. We know that about the meat, and we know that about the Jealous Hamburgers out there. They're not getting it the hard way by waking up at 18 in the morning and staying up until 38 at night and, you know, just living that lifestyle, being and wrestling at the drop of a set. And anyone says anything, you grapple with them. I'll roll. You want to roll? Like, it's the first thing I say anytime somebody even kind of like looks at me weird. You want to roll, bro?
And what do jealous hot dogs do?
They go right on that bun.
And they probably use ketchup too. Not in my neighborhood.
No, sir. How about ultra dosing? Have you been doing any ultra dosing lately?
I just got done starting my ultra dose for today, and it is going really cool. The way I ultra dose is I get a terminal, what the doctors would say, a terminal dose of ketamine, and then I take that, and the places one's mind can go while working out and driving. I shit you not, I've been to Worlds.
Oh yeah, you're working out while driving on ketamine, ultra dose?
And on these Worlds, guess what? One of the Worlds I went to, I saw the future. And the future...
How was it?
Well, if you love being enslaved by women, then it was really good. But if you don't...
Oh, no, dude.
Then it was an alpha hot dog nightmare. I shouldn't even be talking about it on the show, but this is Pledge Drive Week.
True.
And we need you to donate today.
Donate today, dial 1. And just
777 Alpha Hot Dogs.
Yeah, I would love you guys to write in and to pledge in some of your Bitcoin, some of your NFTs if you have any board monkeys.
Zoobucks, we'll take Zoobucks.
Zoobucks, Moobucks, Jewbucks, who's ever got bucks? Ooh, nope. But we'll take anybody's bucks. We're not picking sides. We'll take anything you can donate. If you have spare stuff, spare shoes, anything.
If you have old protein powder, bring it in.
Any more adrenochrome? I just ultra dosed some adrenochrome before coming on, and I'll tell you, this guy here has looked like a beaver to me this whole time. It's been crazy, and I can see his heart on the outside of his chest. So write in today, so I can afford to ultra dose more of that adrenochrome. It helps me get yoked, and you know what it does. It helps
you kids stay tight, right?
And that's why I'm tight. Always. Because I'm ultra dosed up on adrenochrome.
And my ultra dosing helps me stay both buff and lit all the time.
So if you're not ultra dosing, if you're not getting a chum blast to the face at least once a day, if you're not gristle friendly, then you can gristle the fuck out. I mean, you're not going to get the kind of gains you need.
No.
You're not going to get the kind of gains you need.
No. Yeah, we call that, you get some slapidal gains. Because that's what they do to hamburger meat. They slap it around like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking jealous hamburgers. Thinking about hot dogs all the time. How do I be a hot dog?
Gristle's so hard to eat. You have to buy a mechanical hammer that's like 26 ounces with like 40 horsepower just to smash it up till it's even close to being soft enough to chew for a few hours.
And there is a Groupon for that right now. I should mention it's $500 off for the next 7 weeks. So I'd go to Groupon. If you're considering going a Chum and gristle-based diet, head on over to Groupon and just type in alpha hot dog and it should come, I should say Chum, right up.
And if you're interested in doing things a little more old fashioned, you can go onto my website, and that's Judge Hammer, and it's really great. That my last name's Hammer, and I just now occurred to me that we're having a whole Hammer discussion. And I didn't even realize it. It was probably because I'm on the show.
You know what?
But I do have this.
I didn't realize it either, and I wrote it, and I knew you were coming on, but that I just sometimes I feel like maybe all this ultra dosing kind of messes with me like that.
So what I was gonna say before I got interrupted by this beaver over here was that I'm trying to sell you guys my new method of tenderizing my gristle and making my chum. Is I got an anvil, and I'm making artisanal handmade anvils. I pound the anvils out of wrought iron myself, and then I take the gristle. I take the fishes. Not at the same time. I take them at different times, and I clean off the anvil in between, as my religion dictates. And then I just hammer down with that 10-pound hammer until the gristle's soft enough to chew for a few hours, until the fish parts are all smashed into a paste that I can just, get a total chum facial.
Is it true you're selling a DIY chum making kit with its own a smelter's cauldron, I mean?
Yeah. Smelter's cauldron package was just announced yesterday. Yep.
And there's the dragon. There's the dragon emblem. Did you do that yourself, or is that Hiroyaki Kokomi?
That's my spirit animal. And so I feel like I alone possess the spirit of the dragon on Earth as a human, and the ancient spirits of the dragons that once roamed this land speak through me.
That is, seriously, I was just about to say that about you.
Like I had dragon.
Yes.
Spirit.
I was going to say, yep.
I get it all. You'd be surprised, but
it's a really powerful man dragon.
I get it all the time, and I don't think it has to do with any of the dragon tattoos or any of the dragon clothes I'm wearing.
You're covered up today.
Yeah,
Didn't
in my
even
dragon
know you
hoodie.
had him under there. I did, but you know what I mean.
Yep. That's the kind of alpha hot. I'm a dragon alpha hot dog. I think of
your
dragons as the hot
subspecies.
dog of the mythical creature world, because they are kind of long. They'd hang off of both sides of the bun for sure.
And everybody likes them, especially kids.
Yeah, I mean, everyone looks up to them.
Yep. Hot dogs.
They have a lot of gold. I was thinking dragons.
Oh.
But you're talking about hot dogs. But
I mean, you make the hot
also,
dogs, you're getting the gold. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and you're going to be like a dragon on a pile of gold with those hot dogs.
96 million hot dogs consumed on the 4th of July last year.
I think we could do better.
I think we can get to 17.
Fuck pigs.
76.
Let's eat so many hot dogs that pigs go extinct next 4th of July.
I'm an all beef guy myself.
Let's end it.
Oh, buff beef.
Hey,
the only beef I eat. The only buff beef that I eat on the grill. Buff beef and hot dogs.
Bourbon Shaft.
What?
But Bourbon Shaft, if we get everyone to eat all of the pigs out of existence, there will only be all beef hot dogs left.
Sometimes you gotta spend money to make money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta eat a pig hot dog to ensure that only beef hot dogs exist for forever.
Sometimes you gotta eat a species into extinction to get better hot dogs. To get the best hot dogs.
Yeah, and I think probably fuck pigs.
Yeah, fuck pigs for sure.
And you know, the other thing is like they're always like they're so smart, they're almost as smart as us. It's like, yeah, let's not let them get that smart. Let's eat them out of existence.
Yeah, what are we trying to do? The next thing we know, they're going to be swimming in the ocean with the fucking dolphins, conspiring against us, our treacherous underlords.
Yeah, the dolphins are already out there they've got lobbyists in Congress and liberal cuck folks saying, hey, no, you can't touch the dolphins. It's like, no, we need to eat the dolphins. Fuck tuna. Tuna's not coming for your jobs. Dolphins are.
Isn't that who Littlefinger is based on? The dolphin?
Correct, yeah, he's a dolphin. Totes Dolph.
George R.R. Martin said repeatedly in interviews that the character Littlefinger in the series HBO series Game of Thrones and the book series Game of Thrones is dolphin based.
Oh, he's dolphin based, I believe.
He's a humper.
Yeah. Speaking of cetaceans. I heard you've been drinking. I've heard you stepped up your diet to another level.
Yep.
And that you've been drinking seawater.
Yeah, not salt water. This is seawater, and I don't want to get people confused with that. Salt water is something you gargle when you have a fever, and seawater is something you drink when you're trying to get more. Because one thing we all know about the cetaceans, for those of you who don't know, that's like porpoises, dolphins, whales, donkeys, and bull sharks.
Certain, yeah, and certain groundhogs.
And certain groundhogs are also on the payroll of the cetacean overlords.
Yeah, and you know, have you ever seen a whale drink water?
I have not seen a whale. Well, I've seen a whale blow water. Maybe did it hear a funny joke?
Yeah, or did it get scared by like a spider?
Yeah.
Yeah, sea spiders, I think they do. They're called crabs. I bet if you're a whale minding your business, you see a crab, I bet you get scared and you blow water out of your face. A head hole.
Yeah, and maybe you are just minding your own business, being a cetacean, and then you are just all of a sudden you feel something weird on your fin, and you look over, but it's just a bunch of seaweed.
Yeah, but it felt like
you get super
crab.
spooked out though, and you poop all over the place, and then you blow your blowhole on a bunch of tourists
to cover up that you pooped so they can't see it.
Yeah. That's one of the examples of why they're so smart.
Yeah, that's why some of them became killers. They were so.
You know, they're called killer whales because people kill them. They don't kill anything. That's a huge myth. It's a huge misconception.
Yeah, misconception for sure. And yeah, so they drink salt water. So if you're trying to be an alpha and a whale's like the biggest animal on the planet, you got to drink seawater.
Yeah, a bunch of it. It's so much water, they're going to bankrupt our water supply.
You can train your liver to be like that. We're all mammals. You can train your liver to filter out just as much salt as theirs, and you'll piss liquid gold. It'll actually be salt, and you could sell it on. You could put it. It's called yellow Himalayan sea salt, and you can do that.
It's whale piss. It's got whale piss on it.
Yeah, but you can now be a whale too. You can make your body that efficient. We don't need water without salt in it. We can drink our salt.
The pheromones and the hormones in whale urine excrete onto the salt and imbue you with your liver with over time. It does take 6 to 12 years of ultradosing, but over time your liver will have a whale's tolerance for salt water, and you can't live forever, but you can drink salt water and not die like a whale.
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to the doctors and the mainstream media and the mainstream science and the accredited science.
Listen to your eyes.
And the degree-having doctors. Listen to what you can see in nature, because that's existed longer than all of those professions have. You know, nature will be here tomorrow, doctors not always.
Yeah, if doctors are so necessary, then how come I've never seen an animal doctor?
That's a great point.
No doctors, dentists, lawyers, but you know what I do see? Carpenters, builders, hunters.
Tons of hunters.
Gatherers.
Farmers,
lovers. These are the jobs of the natural state of animal.
And as alpha hot dogs were the top of the animal food chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right above sharks.
Yeah.
And eating a chum-based diet will help keep us there. On the subject of sharks, what's your favorite shark these days? What sharks are you fucking with?
Oh, probably the inverted whale shark. It's on the spectrum, they said.
The shark spectrum?
Yep. And it has 375 teeth on the outside of it. It's just a whale shark, but it's inverted. So like its whole, it's like an inside out, but then it's got like translucent skin. They found it at the top of the ocean.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is this a one-off sighting, or have they seen more than one?
They've seen one, but then I don't know. I saw it on TMZ yesterday, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Man, that's where I get most of my aquatic news from as well.
Their aquatic news division is incredible. They are on. They get the most tips for sure.
They get the most pictures of black tip reef sharks. My which we call tips in the shark game.
Yeah, what you got for favorite shark? You got a favorite? I know you're a shark head.
I saw my first goblin shark on TMZ, and I loved that thing ever since. They're a hard thing to, I'd love to see one in the wild. Haven't seen that yet, but one of these days I'll get down there and find one.
I like the Wango Tango shark. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No.
It's a Great Lakes shark, actually, and it's
one of the only freshwater sharks I heard.
Yeah, it is one of the only freshwater shark, besides the bullshit shark. But this Wango Tango shark, it looks like Ted Nugent, and if you see it, you've got to look it up. See it, and you'll see it. Pretty uncanny.
I heard that the species is in trouble because a lot of them are really susceptible to a cat scratch fever.
That's true.
Yeah, there's definitely a no hunting decree on those.
Yeah,
and all other sharks, I guess.
And that I am a hunter, but that is one I would never hunt a Wango Tango shark. Huge Nuge fan. Big shout out to the Nuge. Nugent for Governor 2025.
Nuge till you splooge.
I splooge for Nuge.
Yeah, are you going to be going to the rally next month?
I'm trying to get front row tickets, actually.
I heard he's going to rock out all of his speeches, and they're all going to be rock guitar based performances. He's not going to actually do a speech. He's going to do rock songs the whole time in the form of political speeches.
Yeah, he's changing lyrics to old songs to his political platform.
Stop pushing. Yeah, I don't know any of the melodies to his songs.
Stop pushing around the world and in here again.
But anyways, I look forward to the rally. I'm sure they're going to be. It's going to change the way politics works. I mean, from now on, you're only going to be able to give a political speech if you're rocking out.
Yep. I mean, politics needs more guitars, more drums, more pyrotechnics. I think it's obvious.
Less suits, more guitars.
I think it's obvious. Anyone right now not shifting into the political rally stage effect space is a real jealous hamburger. I'll tell you that.
Some of the jealousest hamburgers that there are out there.
I got a question for you, Ted Nugent. Jealous hamburger or alpha hot dog?
I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of these showbiz guys are definitely jealous hamburgers pretending to be alpha hot dogs. But I get a feeling guys like him, guys like Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I think
good
they're
guys.
The real good salt of the earth.
Those are real good guys there.
Himalayan yellow salt of the earth guys, those two. And I think they probably really are pretty big time alpha hot dogs.
I put Jackie Chan in there as well. Just a note.
Jackie Chan is the Tim Allen of China.
Yes. I would not put Bruce Lee in there. He's definitely overrated at Jealous Hamburger.
I mean, he didn't live long enough to not die from a pill that's supposed to make you feel better. An alpha hot dog wouldn't have taken Western medicine like that. They would have known.
Not telling it doesn't qualify. Not long enough.
Yeah.
Not a long boy. He could be an apprentice. An alpha hot dog apprentice.
An alpha apprentice,
because of the Jealous Hamburger protocol.
We got to wean the hamburger out of them.
Get that blood dripping out. That burger juice. That beta juice. As always, our one listener question coming in tonight, and this is about the vaccines. And this says, do you think the government uses vaccines to control our dogs with Bluetooth capabilities? Sincerely, your sincerest listener and future alpha hot dog.
Well, I appreciate that they're honest with themselves about their status as alpha hot dogs. Yeah. I think too many people claim to dog that don't.
Yep.
So I appreciate that.
Always ask to see the medallion.
What was the question?
Is the government using vaccines to control our dogs with Bluetooth?
Yeah, I think both Bluetooth and vaccines, obviously they work in unison together really well, but either one or we're all really susceptible to it. So you got to watch out. But I do think it's true because we keep talking about like things getting gayer and like all this other stuff. And the more we talk about that stuff and like how bad it is, the more I kind of constantly think about it.
Yeah. Plus
And I
pairing,
didn't
that's like you visit for
before.
sex.
And then I didn't before, and so that's got to be because they're trying to program us and make us that way. When I am alpha hot dog all the way through and through,
Yes.
I'm not jealous hamburger, but they're trying to jealous hamburger me
With Bluetooth.
and make me think about them all the time. I'm always thinking about that stuff and like, dudes. And it wasn't like that until I started thinking about it all the time, and that was because of them.
Keep your government Bluetooth off my dick.
That's why we got to keep the boys' room, and the girls' room. Otherwise, if I think about it too much, they programmed it that way. So we got to protect ourselves from their programming by keeping us all separate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you listen to this show, to deprogram the program.
Deprogram the programming that they're putting into you. Got any pepperoni ideas? That was the last segment I was just leading up to, but we got some.
Pepperoni. You've come a long way. But now pepperoni's hit a new low. Did you hear this? Did you read about this?
Did they get pepperoni now?
They bitchified it. They're not using real pepperonis anymore.
What? They're using fake
They're
aronis?
using tofu and soy.
Tofu-roni? No. Soy-ronis?
Yep. That's all that Pizza Hut's doing now.
It's all soy-ronis at the Hut?
Yep.
So
they're doing pepperoni.
to...
They're doing Papa John next.
Oh,
Even with Shaq there. Shaq's cuckifying them.
Oh, Shaq, of course he is. He's the biggest hamburger in town.
Yeah, talk about a walking jealous hamburger.
Unbelievable. Well, yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to, or we're gonna have to tell Nuge. We're gonna have to tell Nuge at the rally next month to organize the boycott, add it to the songs, add it to the songs.
Maybe write a song.
An anti-pizza song.
No new pepperoni for homos.
No new pepperoni for wimps and big babies who watch Jealous Hamburgers. Something like, look, I can't.
I just don't think Nuge will go for those lyrics. That lyricism. I think he'd want to be more cutting.
You think he'd want to say that bad word?
The sapiens word.
Yeah, and then probably some other words.
Yeah. Like immigrant.
Well, look, we're not his speechwriters. We'll let those guys deal with it. But I'm just saying, we got to bring it to his attention.
Nuge
he's not going to let this stand. If he's an alpha hot dog, he won't let this stand.
He won't. He can't. It's the alpha hot dog credo.
God, this is really got me wanting some Ronies now. We're going to have to find where they sell real man's pepperonis.
Well, I think there's an
underground
pizza. There's an underground pepperoni place. I know. They're still doing the real stuff. They cure it on site. It's there's a little sooty. I mean, not a little sooty. It's got a little loam on it from time to time. But other than that, it's good. Just be sure to wash it off, because one time there was a big outbreak with the hepatitis poop.
Yeah, you don't want that. But it's worth the hepatitis risk for a real pepperoni. You know what I mean?
It's worth the risk, yep.
I can't wait to see how high the ratings are for this one.
The ratings are going to be higher than I Can Jump, which is now up to 36 inches.
They're all going to scream to cancel us.
And what are we going to say?
For all the knowledge we dropped on them.
Shut up, Jealous Hamburgers.
Yeah, because we're alpha hot dogs. And you're...
And I'm both buff and lit all the time. And maybe you can be too, if you do it the alpha hot dog way.
And I'm tight. Always.
Sick. Sick combo. Be sure to check us out. Pound it. Alpha hot dogs. You know what's up. Eat them good, boys. Eat them good.
This episode brought to you by Bacon Nation.
Yum, 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 yum.
Underwritten by Bacon Nation. America, the baconful.
America, the bacon smell.
God spread his grease on me for lunch and dinner, breakfast too, and even for a snack. Baconation, home of the bacon lifestyle. A lifestyle bacon brand.
There are good rats. There are bad rats. But we Blab Rats. Welcome back to Blab Rats, where you just heard one kooky recording of a couple of alpha hot dogs. Is that right, producer?
But maybe people are getting some sort of like bug in their brain from eating a bunch of uncooked
Cooked hot dogs?
Well, I was more thinking the Chum.
Oh, is the Chum uncooked hot dogs, you think?
I think Chum is just fish guts and bones and stuff,
Gristle?
and brains and eyes and gristles.
Aqua gristle?
Pretty much aqua gristle, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I can see that.
Yeah, I could see that making someone to go real wonky in the head, you know?
Yeah, then the saltwater too. Haven't we already touched on a little saltwater consumption in previous episodes?
Yeah, they could have saltwater syphilis maybe, and they're just unwell. And it sounds like they're pretty openly talking about the large amounts of chemicals they're ingesting. So maybe they're very deep into this experiment or something.
Maybe the drugs are doing them. Did you ever think about that? And I do have to say, I honestly have heard that the Bluetooth penis vaccine thing before, actually a couple times, and that was weird. That weirded me out hearing it on there because
It felt true to you?
it's something I've studied and thought about, and I mean, there's just too much. There's a lot of matching evidence at this point that a lot of the vaccines are just injecting Bluetooth to just on the man too. That's just what I've seen.
What what have you seen that made you believe that? What evidence have you mounted?
3 or 4 YouTube videos, and there's a isolated podcast about it too that really just set my mind right. You know, freed me of the old ideas of the past and shed light onto the prejudices that I had before about equality and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still undecided. I'm on the fence. You know, I don't know what they'd have to gain from controlling our boners or our
music. We would play music through it, and then like that can make your mood good or bad. And it can also do like lullabies and try to put you to sleep while you're driving and stuff. And then the government has insurance on life insurance on you, and then they collect on it.
government has life insurance on us?
Yep. Yeah, that you didn't see that new yep.
That's what the NSA is?
Mostly, yeah.
National Insurance Agency?
Yep, National Insurance Agency, because they're not in. They're insurance.
Yeah, they're not in. We're not in on it, so it's just we're not in on it, so it's just insurance.
Insurance. They're insurance.
Yeah. They're the insurance. They're not in it.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, that's scary stuff.
Yeah, National Insurance Agency. I always take insurance out of people, but seriously, before they die.
Asleep at the wheel with like a singing penis.
Yeah, lullaby on your dick. Asleep at the wheel. The chakra hit a accordion.
Lullaby on your dick, fall asleep at the wheel. Bluetooth field, well, then took a vaccine and then it made me gay.
A Bluetooth dick. Rainy day woman number 35.
Oh man. Well, this episode was sponsored by Farmer Insurance. We
are insurance.
Episode also sponsored by by Granny's Baby Irish Food. Come get your food mashed up and masticated before you eat it like a bird, says old Granny McDuffle Mick.
And also brought to you by The Umpire's Daughter 2, starring Calista Flockhart as the umpire, and Ashley Olsen as the umpire's daughter. When life or death really comes down to balls and strikes. Again, The Umpire's Daughter 2, coming this fall to on-demand video everywhere. Also sponsored by prescription brand Snarf for all your olfactory needs. Ask your doctor about Snarf brand prescription cocaine today. Did I do that last time? Also brought to you by Old Man Sounds, the new app on FunTunes. You could sound like an old man too.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk? Because at Trunky Pete's Trunk Junk Brick and Mortar Resale Store, we're gonna sell it. One cleat, an old box of business cards, some squeaky part that came off the inside of the wheel earlier that felt hot. If it's junk from your trunk, we'll sell it. Cough drop that's already started melting in its wrapper, aisle 6. At Trunky Pete's, we sell your junk and clean your trunk. Also sponsored by Butt Munchers Anonymous. Overwhelmed by the idea of cleaning someone's trunk with your face? Do your coworkers recoil in horror at the way you approach bagels and donuts? Call Butt Munchers Anonymous and get your head out of your ass.
Also sponsored by Disney Plus's new Demons in the Infield, where one child is forced to be separated from their parents until the Yankees lose the pennant. Coming this fall on Disney Plus, Demons in the Infield. Watch out.
This episode also sponsored by the O.J. Simpson Detective Agency, where they'll die still looking for the real killers.
Well, maybe they're looking for the real killer in heaven. And that is our latest sponsor. We are sponsored by Heaven, home of O.J. Simpson.
Also sponsored by Snot Blaster's new Lady Blasters. Blast snot like a lady.
Snot Blasters!
For girls.
And new Snot Blasters Fussy Parts. For all your fussy part needs. Snot Blasters, we're down there too. Fussy Parts. Clean up your fussy part with Snot Blasters. All right, well, this concludes our sponsorships and episode this evening. We are doing the Duber Drive now. If you're hearing this synchronistically with our tape release, come on down to Steel Alley's and pull the friend for Duber. And think about donating your scrotum skin to Duber today. Until next time. Blah, 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 blah.